Hello, my friends, and welcome to Life Expansion. And I have the amazing, the beautiful Colette Liose, and Colette's going to do some amazing EFT tapping for us, my friends, and welcome to Life We're definitely live again. I'll just pause that.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm making sure mine doesn't do that.
Yeah. So this is going to be an amazing 45-minute session, much to Colette's disappointment. Colette can go on about this, I know, for hours. Am I right, Colette?
I was going to say, do we have 3 hours?
Not today. But
by the way, I've been going live on Facebook, and I have stayed on 2 or 3 hours.
Wow, you're a marathon Facebook, a live YouTube
marathon tapping girl.
Tapping girl. I'll just welcome Chantel and Garrison. Hello, guys, and you're the first people here. And Ginny, lovely to see you guys. I can see the chat here. So what I'm going to do, guys, hello, Jolanda and Barbara and April. What I'm going to do, guys, is probably we'll hold off the questions until towards the end. I'm going to ask Colette a bit of a rundown on EFT, and then we're going to dive into EFT, and then we're going to get questions. But first of all, before we begin, how are you guys? And if you can put in the comments where you're from in the world. I know where some of you are from, but if you can put that, it'd be very interesting to see. And how are you, Colette, anyway, by the way?
How am I doing?
Yeah, how are you going?
I'm awesome. Awesome and amazing. Awesome and amazing. Feeling good, looking better.
You look amazing. You look
Thank
beautiful.
You so much.
So much energy.
I always say I'm 61 going on 3. That's what I love. I love that.
So we've got people here from Ireland, Jefferson City, Missouri, Switzerland, North Carolina, Northern Kentucky, Belgium. Chantel from Ireland, Central New York, welcome, Maine, USA, Virginia Beach, North Carolina, Melbourne, probably Melbourne, Australia. Am I right there? There's 2 different Melbournes there. We've got Ireland again, England, yes, Melbourne, Australia, Netherlands, St. Louis, Missouri. Wow, all over the world, hey? Right. That is so good. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's really lovely to see you. And I'm really looking forward to getting started with this, because I know that this EFT is going to help you. And can I ask you, Colette, what does EFT stand for those of you that don't know? And just a basic rundown, what's it about?
Okay, now you know how my brain works. I just went into the F-bomb. Okay, no, EFT. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. What else did you ask me?
That just sounds like what we need, like now, the freedom part.
I have to tell you, I just saw on here what you called this. You said EFT for a calm mind. And you did remember you're talking to me, right?
Yes. Calm mind and joy.
We're going to do EFT for a happy mind.
Yes.
No, seriously, it'll calm down your mind, your body, all of it.
Great, great. Yeah, and so what's it about? So Emotional Freedom Technique, it gives us
just a quick synopsis.
Yes.
What Emotional Freedom Technique is, it comes under the heading of energy psychology. It's called energy medicine. And what we're doing is we're actually addressing negative emotions, negative emotional crappy stories, as I call them. That's pretty technical. And what we're doing is we're tapping meridian endpoints on the face and the body while we are actually bringing up a negative emotion. Now, the reason that we're doing that is we have energy meridians that run all through the body. This was mapped out thousands of years ago. And where we are tapping our meridian endpoints that kind of give us a big bang for our buck. Like when we tap the top of the head, there are hundreds of energy meridians up there that meet. And so there was a guy in the mid-90s, Gary Craig, who developed EFT. He had studied under Roger Callahan. And what he was doing was, what we're doing is we're really combining the brain and the way it works and the body. Okay, it's amazing science. I teach it that way because we used to say that it's acupuncture without the needles. What I like to say now is it's amazing technology for relaxing in body and mind. And the reason that I say that is Greg Braden, if you guys know Greg Braden, says that when we don't know how something happens, how it works, it's a miracle. When we know how it works, it's technology. And there is now enough science to back up tapping to show that we actually do calm the brain. So what happens is, let's say that somebody cuts you off in traffic, okay? And you know how you get that sudden rush, okay. The amygdala in the brain, you have an amygdala back here. And what it is for is the fight, flight, or freeze. It's actually meant to protect you, okay? What that does is it actually perceives danger. So, wow, okay, I just covered up in goosebumps. So think about what we're in right now. We're all walking around, even if we're the coolest of the coolest cats, okay? There are people walking around with that amygdala fired up because it's meant to perceive danger. When that amygdala in the brain fires up, it's the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's that part where if somebody calls you a name and you're like speechless, and then when they walk away 30 seconds later, you're like, oh, I wish I would have said that. Okay, that's because the brain calmed down and now you're thinking things you could have said and how you could have defended yourself. So when that amygdala fires up, okay, we have stress hormones that go into the body, cortisol, adrenaline, insulin, okay, and they go into the body, and that's why emotion feels so real. Okay, we got this whole thing going on. When we're doing the tapping, we're actually sending a calming signal to the brain, and then the body relaxes. Okay, so part of the thing that's a little frustrating about tapping is that people see it and they're like, okay, but it's science. You got to know you're really working with this brain and this body in the way that it was made. And some people even call it the reptilian brain. That's the part where, when the lion turns and sees you, you don't need to think about it. You just want to run. So when those hormones, when the amygdala fires up, it actually takes blood out of the brain. That's why you can't think straight when you're all freaking out. Okay,
so
whether it's anxiety,
it just shoots it across the body to run, right? Like just to get out of the place.
So you can get out of Dodge.
And
so when we're tapping and we calm the brain, we actually get blood back into the prefrontal cortex. And like I tell people all the time, when you're trying to think, blood in the brain is a really good idea. Well, let me tell you this real fast. When you're doing the tapping and you get that blood in the prefrontal cortex, you will find as you're tapping, you start to have a shift in thought. So maybe that person you're really upset with, all of a sudden you go, you know what, they're like that to everybody. You might have that kind of cognitive shift. You see?
Yeah. And I've just got to tell you my experience many years ago, probably 10, 12 years ago, I was first introduced to this tapping, and it was through a trauma that I went through. And a psychologist got me to do this. And he just said, look, I want you to try this. And it was just simple. I think it was just tapping on my hand there at the time. And it was anytime this particular thought come of me looking for an attacker, me looking for an abuser.
He wanted you to do it when you were in that perceived threat.
Yes. And I will tell you, when I was doing it, it lowered things. It put me into a calm state of mind. So I know even from back then when I really needed it, it worked.
Yes.
So
it really is phenomenal. And it's almost like so simple, it blows up our brain. And people will say, how can it, because I didn't say this yet, so I'll say it now. Tapping works for everything. I don't care if you stub your toe. I don't care if you want more money. I don't care if you're looking for work. I don't care if your partner's an idiot. I don't care if you've got barking dog. You can use it for everything. And you might say, why? Well, because it's the same brain and body. And we can even use it in groups where, let's say you got a sore shoulder, this guy's mad at his, wife, this person's got another issue. When everybody's tapping, there's a thing called borrowing benefits, and we're all saying the words of whoever's leading the group, but you'll all find your issue come down because it's the same calming response in the brain and the body. Now, the reason you call me, anybody can learn tapping and get results. And please, if everyone on here hears me, teach your children and your grandchildren. When they start tapping at a young age, we are not trying to find issues when they're 20, 30, 40, 50, and they're having health problems. You're setting them up for better health in the future. So it is really, really, really important to put this tool in the hands of children. And that's why I got toys there in case we get a minute to get there. And I don't remember what I was telling you before that.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. I love that idea of getting it into the children now, so they're dealing with the issue then and there, rather than storing this up like we've done.
Yes, because a lot of people think children, oh, they're okay. They don't know what's going on. They are little receiving towers for our energy. And even though you're in anxiety, but you're putting on a happy face, they are picking up your anxiety. Yeah. So, you know, I will have parents say to me, oh, my child has so much anxiety. Will you work with her or him or whatever? And I say, well, yes, but I really need to work with you too, because we want to calm your anxiety, because they're picking up on you. And that's not for guilt. That is not so that I could put somebody into guilt. That is so that you understand that your anxiety, they're feeling it. They're super, super sensitive. Yes. And they're feeling all this stuff going on. And now they can't leave the house and, you know, all these other things that are going on. But what I was saying a minute ago was the reason that you work with a practitioner is if you have a big enough issue, you don't want to take the lid off of that and work it by yourself. And or it can be that maybe you have shoulder pain and you've tapped and tapped and tapped and you're saying, but I still have pain. Somebody like me can come in and ask you some really well-directed questions, and before you know it, we're right there. Next thing you know, you're crying, you're releasing and going, oh, my shoulder doesn't hurt. So it happens all the time.
Right. So I'm just noticing here, everyone's getting into a lot of questions here already. And so what I'm going to say, guys, is let's wait for this, and we're going to do this now. So we're all going to experience this together now. And I think along the way, Colette will explain, you know, how hard we're meant to tap and where should we tap and all that sort of thing. So Colette, let's just say overall, we want to tap today because many people at the moment are feeling anxious, overwhelmed. So what can we do now?
I just said that and I felt everybody go, oh, thank you. She said the word.
Yes. So can we just do a session with you?
Yeah, let's do that. First thing I want to say, though, we're going to have to wait a minute because we do touch our face. And if you're wanting to be a part of this, you either need to go get some wipes or some Lysol or some whatever, get your stuff so that when you're touching your face, you're safe. Because I don't want to be in trouble. So we're gonna do that. I have to tell you something. While they go wash their hands, I got to tell you something, Jason. I forgot to tell you. Every time I told somebody I'm going to be talking to you, they go, "Oh, I love Jason," and I go, "And me, right?" So my friend Celeste says to me today, she says, "Oh, you're going to love this, okay?" She says, "Oh, he puts me to sleep." And I said, oh, I'm going to tell him we have the craziest work in the world because you put people to sleep and I make them yawn. And we love our work.
So you're at the beginning stages, right? You're beginning to make them yawn and then I put them to sleep.
In fact, that's going to be a really, we can get them tapping. You might even have them start tapping at the beginning of the meditation.
Okay. So hand washed.
What we're going to do is we're going to just use a very general phrase of even though I'm in this overwhelm. Now, the way that tapping works is you want to zero in on the feeling. Okay. Now you might go, Jesus, she nuts.
Even when I'm in this, even though I have this overwhelm, even though I'm feeling overwhelmed. I didn't realize you were going to put all that in there typing. That's nice. Just thought I'd put that in. So yeah.
Cool. All right. So we're going to use the phrase, even though I'm feeling overwhelmed. And what I want you to do, everybody who's listening, okay, and you can come back and use this sequence over and over and over again, because it's really about focusing in on whatever it is that's going on when we say the words. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about that overwhelm that you're feeling. And a lot of you probably haven't even said the word because law of attraction wise, you're told, do not say that stuff. I'm coming along and telling you, we're going to say it because we're going to get it out of your body. And you're actually going to probably feel yourself relax in a way you haven't weeks, maybe, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about that overwhelm. I want you to feel about it. I want you to feel about where it is in your body. Is it in your back? Or do the back of your shoulders tight? Is it in your neck? Is it in your stomach? Okay. Is it shoulders for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. And then what I want you to do is I want you to tell me on a 1 to 10 what your rating is. 10 is, yep, I'm right there. And 1, well, we hope to get you to a 1, but you probably want to be on something that's about a 5, 6, 7. If maybe the word's not overwhelmed for you, use the word anger, use the word sadness. If some of you connect more to that word, you can just know that's your word. So what you want to do is you want to get your rating so that when we come back and rate it, you can see whether or not you've dropped. Because I'm going to just tell you this, it sounds crazy, but tapping works so beautifully and so quickly that I have people all the time. If you don't rate it, you don't really realize how much it dropped.
So I encourage you, if you guys want to, if you want to put your number in there in the chat, please do. That's up to you. You don't have to. I'm going to.
Now, I think in songs, so when you go, you want to put your thing up there, I go, put your hands up, put your hands. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to use, even though I'm feeling this overwhelm, and I'm going to say in my shoulders. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what you're going to do, the first thing you do is you tap the side of the hand, and it's either hand. You can't get it wrong. And it's just down from the little finger. Okay. Now, some people do this. See, I got my hand. I like you to use your fingers. Okay. There are meridian endpoints in the ends of your fingers. So you're going to tap right there, and then you're going to repeat after me. Okay. And you're going to say, first, take a nice breath. Even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
Even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
In my shoulders.
In my shoulders.
I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to love and accept myself.
And even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
And even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
Now really, really focus in on those shoulders or where you feel it in your body. I feeling it in my shoulders.
I'm feeling it in my shoulders.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
One more time. And even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
And even though I'm feeling this overwhelm.
In my shoulders.
In my shoulders.
I choose to love and accept myself.
To love and accept myself.
Okay. Now, where we're going to go, the first spot, take a nice breath again. First spot's called the eyebrow. It's right where your eyebrow starts, okay? So you can tap this side, both sides. It doesn't matter, okay? And you're tapping there about 7 or 8 times, okay?
And can I change it then?
You can change it. Okay, right here where it starts. So go to the top of your nose. There you go. Got it. Okay. And just say, this overwhelm in my shoulders.
This overwhelm in my shoulders.
Okay. Side of the eye. You don't want to be in the eye. You don't want to be too back. It's right there. Yes, Scott. This overwhelm in my shoulders.
This overwhelm in my shoulders.
Okay. Under the eye. Feel that bone right there?
Yeah.
All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
Under the nose. This overwhelm I feel in my shoulders.
This overwhelm I feel in my shoulders.
Okay, the next spot's called chin or under the mouth. It's the denty part. And you just say, this shoulder overwhelm.
This shoulder overwhelm.
Okay, collarbone. That little U thing you got there, it's about 1 inch down, 1 inch over. Some people do it right here. It's like where the knot of a man's tie goes. If you're doing it like this or like this, I like to go like this or one side, okay? All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
Okay, the next spot's called under the arm, that seam of your clothes, right down the middle. You're going to be there. For girls, you're about the middle of the bra strap. For guys, it's about 4 inches down from the armpit. And you're going to say, this overwhelm in my shoulders.
This overwhelm in my shoulders.
Okay, top of the head, just a nice light circle, okay? All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
All this overwhelm in my shoulders.
Okay, take a breath. I just like to do some breathing. Scott, I can hear that. Now, let's do another round. Right here on the eyebrow. Now, sometimes when I get going at it, I do two-handed. Right here. All that shoulder overwhelm.
All that shoulder overwhelm.
Side of the eye. That overwhelm in my body.
That overwhelm in my body.
Under the eye. I can feel it in my shoulders.
I can feel it in my shoulders.
Now I'm going to change up the language a little bit on you. Under the nose. I felt it for days.
I felt it for days.
Chin. It's just been there.
It's just been there.
Under the arm. That tightness and tension in my body.
That tightness and tension in my body.
Top of the head. That lets me know I'm in overwhelm.
That lets me know I'm in overwhelm.
Go back to the eyebrows. I'd like to feel calmer.
I'd like to feel calmer.
Side of the eye. I wonder if I could relax.
I wonder if I could relax.
Under the eye. Releasing some of this overwhelm.
Releasing some of this overwhelm.
Under the nose. Just a little bit of overwhelm. Let it go.
Just a little bit of overwhelm. Let it go.
Chin. Maybe I could let a lot of it go.
Maybe I can let a lot of it go.
Right here on the collarbone. I'd like to feel peaceful.
I'd like to feel peaceful.
Under the arm. That's what I want to feel.
That's what I want to feel.
Top of the head. Calm and peaceful.
Calm and peaceful.
Take a breath. Now, let me just say this. If anybody started crying, yawning, burping, stomach gurgling, those are all good things, okay? If you started crying, that probably tells me that you've been holding it in and white knuckling for a while, okay? And crying is really, really good thing to do. It's a toxic release. And if you're crying so much, you know, you just keep tapping. So while we're talking here, just keep tapping on your collarbone while we're talking, and you're going to keep calming that whole system there. Okay, so why don't you guys shoot us some of your numbers? Let us know if it went down. Let me know if it went up. Let me know if you felt it move, like if it was in your stomach. Is it now in your neck? Did it move somewhere else? Did it completely go? What happened to you?
Mine's definitely lowered. I was yawning. Mine, I'm definitely, even overall, I'm feeling.
Your voice got slower and slower. You're used to doing that, but when we started, I heard your voice actually slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are Aaron says it went down by 2.
Good. Now, where was Aaron? Do you know how high was Aaron? Because if you were at an 8, Aaron, and you went to a 6, what happened?
I'm just yawning still. As soon as
okay. I thought, what'd I say?
No. So people have went down. Some have gone down by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, because if you, let's see, I'm just kind of looking through here to see if I can find you guys. 7, 6, 8, are those the before? Oh, okay. Ooh, the afters went down good. Okay, went down by 2. You're at a 3. Okay. All that means is once you check back in like that, okay, so let's do another round. Now you know you're at a 3. If it changed places in your body, then just focus on another part of your body. Okay. But if you think about it, if you started an 8 and you go to a 3, you reduced your overwhelm by 50%.
That's huge.
That's a lot.
That's
okay?
huge.
Yeah. Okay. So when we go to a second round, we usually do it something like this. Even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
Even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
Okay, because we're like addressing the remaining part of it. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to love and accept myself.
And even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
And even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to love and accept myself.
And even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
And even though I'm still feeling this overwhelm.
I choose to love and forgive myself.
I choose to love and forgive myself.
Were you yawning again?
Yeah.
Yeah, yay! All right, I love yawning people. All right, right around the eyebrow. This remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm.
Side of the eye. This remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm.
Under the eye. This remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm.
Under the nose. My remaining overwhelm.
My remaining overwhelm.
chin. I wonder if I could let the rest of this go.
I wonder if I can let the rest of this go.
Collarbone, this remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm.
Okay, that side thing you just did, see, those are the kind of things I look for right
Oh.
here. This remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm.
Top of the head, letting it go.
Letting it go.
Eyebrow, all the masters let it go.
Or the masters let it go.
Right here on the side of the eye. I'm a master.
I'm a master.
Right here. We don't need no stinking overwhelm.
We don't need no stinking overwhelm.
Under the nose, relaxed and calm.
Relax and calm.
That's how I like to feel in my body.
That's how I like to feel in my body.
I feel so much more in control.
I feel so much more in control.
Under the arm, calmer and relaxed.
Calmer and relaxed.
I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having.
Take a breath. That just popped in my head. Take a breath. All right. So now take another breath. Yes, 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 yes. Take another breath. Take a yawn. Take a stretch, whatever it is you feel like. And then you can kind of pay attention to what comes up next. You can't stop yawning.
I had to have a good yawn.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here, go right here. Even though I can't get a really good yawn.
Even though I can't get a really good yawn.
Because I'm just not ready to let all this go.
Because I'm just not ready to let all this go.
I need a really good yawn.
I need a really good yawn.
And if you can't talk, just stay with me. And I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept myself.
And even though I really want a really good yawn.
And even though I want a really, really good yawn.
Just really good yawn.
Just really good yawn.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
And even though I want a really good yawn.
I just want to keep yawning all the time.
I know. Listen, there's times I yawn 20 minutes. Not even kidding you. And I love yawning.
And I love yawning.
It feels so good.
Feels so good.
And I choose to love and accept myself. Yep, there you go.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
There you go. I can love me when I yawn.
I can love me when I yawn.
And I can love me when I don't yawn.
And I can love me when I don't yawn.
Okay, top of the head. Just a really good yawn.
Just a really good yawn.
Nobody cares if I do a good yawn.
Nobody cares if I do a good yawn.
You're too busy trying to look pretty, aren't you? Right
You're
here.
too busy. I look pretty, aren't you?
Just a really good yawn.
Just a really good yawn.
Under the eye. A really relaxing good yawn.
A really relaxing good yawn. Oh,
right here. Letting it go.
letting it go.
Allowing my body to relax.
Allowing my body to relax.
My body says thank you.
My body says thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the best my body's felt in days.
This is the best my body's felt in days.
Take a breath. Yeah, just take a big yawn, have a moment.
Oh.
Yeah. I always tell people, whether you're yawning, crying, and you can't repeat, it's okay. Just stay with me in thought and you'll get it. So tell me about your shoulders.
Wow. Well,
are you ready for a nap?
Yeah, everything is lighter. There's definitely
good.
lighter. I started off on a 7. I would dare say now I would even say 3 or 4, 3 maybe.
Okay, because I went to a 2. Give it a minute. You went to a 2. Because I can usually tell where you got. Yeah, look at you. You need a couple more yawns and you beat it too. I'm hungry. Oh, so, okay. They're talking about something else. Can this make you hungry? Well, you know what? That's a good question. It might make you hungry if you've got something there that you're used to covering up by being hungry. Oh, you get what I just said there? If you're used to going to the snack thing when you're stressed out, you're actually, ooh, that's a really good sign to me. What you're actually telling me is you brought up the stress response, okay? And you're now going, okay, I'm hungry because what is your thing? Chips, ice cream. You see what I'm saying? And now we're on to another aspect. So I don't know who wrote that. I just saw it and I was like, ooh, that's a good question. So yes, it actually could, but you want to stay with it a few more minutes because the fact of the matter is that signifier that you're hungry tells me we're into another aspect of you and how you stress. And by continuing to tap, you would even say, even though I'm hungry now, you just tell the truth when you tap. People say to me all the time, oh, I can't do the words like you do. And what are the words? Here's the easiest way to know the words. You're just telling the truth. I've got this shoulder pain. I've got you can give it a color. You can describe it. Like when we're working with pain, I tell you to let me know, is it a throb? Is it an ache? Is it a sharp pain? Because that means different emotional things. Like a sharp pain can signify betrayal.
So just the question here, there's just two questions that if you can clarify. Do you need to speak the words out loud? That's one.
I like the words out loud because then you're engaging the throat chakra. Okay. Now, if you're in a place where you can't do that, you can do this whole thing mentally. I'm not even kidding you.
And what about the yawning? Like, what is it about the yawning? Why am I yawning?
Well, the way I used to describe it is, think of your meridians as like PVC pipe. And your negative emotion is like clogging it. So when you're tapping it, you're unclogging it, and now your whole body's like resetting. Yawning. In fact, I had somebody tell me, this is really brilliant. Did you know? And don't. I think I got it right. But when a horse yawns, when you're training a horse, when it yawns, now it's ready for new information.
Wow.
Oh, that was so good. I just felt that. Did you get that?
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. Okay. Yawns here too. Big yawns. Okay. What was the other question? Did you already ask me that?
Someone says question. Oh, yeah.
Burping. You might do a lot of burping. I had a lady who was such a good burper. I was so impressed. I was like, you go, girl. Not unusual.
Wow. Well, I'm either ready to really, really, really reset, or I'm ready to go back to bed. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you, when I work one-on-one with people in evening group, in fact, the other day, one of the days I was on for 3 hours, I even took people through a guided meditation. Yes, I have a new skill. Several people after we finished said, see you later. I'm going to bed. Between the tapping, because when I'm doing the tapping in a guided meditation, I say, just put your hand in your lap. So you can have people do this when they're listening to you, Jason. Just put their hand in their lap, and because you do your meditations live, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
They can just lay their hand in their lap and tap the side of the hand. Remember, it's down from the little finger. But you see, it's like my hand's in my lap, and they'll just melt into that chair. And it's not unusual at all when I work with people that, they are so tired when they're finished. I watch people melt into the chair. I can tell by when I'm on video with people, I watch their face change because I work with people all over the world. And here's the way I explain that. If you're walking around in stress, think of yourself carrying a 5-pound weight. And if you're carrying a 5-pound weight, it might not be that big a deal the first few minutes. But, by the time you're doing this all the time, whether it's an hour, a week, a month, a lifetime, when you go to put it down, your body's going to be exhausted. Your body's going to be exhausted. So that's why you feel that relaxation response. You took the brain, you said, hey, we're safe right now. Stop dumping the chemicals. And now the body gets to relax, because everything that happens here starts here. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, I'm truly feeling, I am deeply, deeply relaxed on a different level, a whole new level than what I have been for quite some time. So
good.
What are you guys feeling like over here? Like, seriously, has it helped you guys? I truly feel like, I just do some meditation, but I'm telling you, there's something about this that has relaxed my physical body and my whole mindset on a different level.
Yes. And I do tell people I make no bones about it. I am a tapping snob. I don't care what you're doing, you add the tapping. You do Reiki, tap first. You love meditation, tap first. And if it's guided and you can do it, during, if you're doing the quiet kind where you're seeing a flame or, stopping everything. But here's the thing, and I'm even going to say this, and I'm just going to say this. The reason that you meditate, okay, is really to stop thought. Now, you can't really stop thought, but we're trying to suspend the negative thought, okay? So I'm just going to say it this way. There's no better way to suspend the negative thought than to tap by acknowledging the emotion so you can stop the brain from freaking out so you can get the body to calm down. So then go do your meditation and you'll be like Jello.
Like a Zen monk that's meditated for 100 years.
Yeah, because now you don't have you know how when you got that monkey mind going,
yes,
then you're trying to go, okay, calm down. We're going to calm down right now. Okay. But by doing the tapping, it's a little gentler and you kind of ease yourself into it. And by the way, on monkey mind, I say, I heard Abraham Hicks say this, but I knew it before I ever heard it. We don't want to shut down the monkey mind. We want to retrain it. We want it so when it's going, I am awesome. I'm amazing. I love life. This is cool. Everything's great. I love the colors behind Jason. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? We want it to be really good stuff we're putting in. Now, good point. Good point, Colette. God, I love me.
And that's beautiful.
Okay. I don't just use it for the negative. I use it for inputting the positive. Same thing. If you're saying something positive and you got that little brain going, I don't know. Okay. When you're tapping and putting it in, you're keeping the brain calm. So I use it for the whole continuum from negative to like the middle ground to all the way to the positive.
So let's just say if people can't remember what to say, Colette, can people just tap on something simple, like, just say I'm anxious? Could I just say, I'm feeling anxious?
Say the word. You could just say all this anxiety. Now, the reason we put in the affirmation of self-love, okay, is really because that helps everything calm down. So you could say, I had a little boy I worked with, and I said, because with little kids to say I deeply and completely love accept myself is not always what. And I said, what do you want to say? And he says, me like me. I said, cool, here we go. Even though me like me. And he was in heaven. And so when you're working with kids, you really want to let them, all you're letting them do, like if you're a mom or a dad and your kid's blitzkrieging, okay, just let them talk all about what's going on while they're tapping. If they don't want to do it yet because they haven't seen you do it enough, just take their hand and start tapping the karate chop and say, tell me what's going on, honey. Where are you feeling that in your body? Tell me all about it. Tell me what anger feels like. You see, get them to do that. They don't even know you're calming down their brain. You can even tap right on them. Oh, let me tell you what, it is so soothing and wonderful to have someone tap on you. Okay. It's so, if you're laying on a bed and somebody, when I had my surgery this summer and I was healing from that, I said, this guy said, will you tap on me? He just tapped my meridians. Babies will go to sleep. Kids will sleep better.
Now, of course, in this environment, get them to sanitize their hands first. And
yes. But now I have been showing on Facebook, when I've been doing Facebook, I've been showing people alternate points. So if anybody wants to see those because they're not comfortable with the face touching, just go find me on Facebook. That's really where I am mostly. It's where I do my lives and all that stuff.
I've got your info here too that I can share with people.
Good.
I'll put that up here.
There's no way I'm going to cover what I know in 12 years. Plus, it's so highly intuitive for me. But I've helped people. There's not really an issue I can't think of. I haven't helped people release. Some big ones show up. And I just hold space and I stay there. I've helped people with no cartilage in the knee walk 2 miles without pain. I've helped people who are 9-10 in back pain get down to a 2. I've helped people manifest money. I've helped people manifest new work. I've helped relationships get better. I've helped people learn how to surrogate tap. Surrogate tapping is where, and boy, could we use this because we're all in closer quarters and not getting a break. If you got somebody who's having an issue, all you do to surrogate tap, okay, is you just would start out by saying, like, this is Colette, tapping is Jason. And even though he's freaking, even though I'm so freaked out right now, I just can't believe this is going on. Just talk about it. Don't even worry about the words. Just talk about it like you're that person. I actually did that the other night with someone, and we had an absolutely astounding, amazing session because with my intuitive stuff, I was asking these questions and we came up with this issue. And before we were finished, it covered the same issue in the person who was doing the surrogate tapping for me that we were doing for someone else. And it was
so surrogate tapping is tapping with someone else in mind to help them.
Yes.
Have I got
Yes.
that correct?
And you can even do that. I saw somebody ask about their pet. You can do that with your pet. Like if you're afraid of storms and stuff like that. I have a lady who's just walked through the house, talked to the dog and tap while she was doing it. You know, you're okay. Everything's all right. You're going to be fine. I'm right here.
Oh,
yes.
that's beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
There's just so many ways you can use it. Let me show you this real fast. I was telling you before we jumped on here, one of the things I do, because I teach law of attraction as well. And
I just noticed someone said, like, wait till you start tapping and Ginny says you will yawn, burp, and fart. Like
all at the same time. Just don't blow up. Yeah. So I do this thing. It's called grid work. Okay. And you draw a grid on the page and you can write like, universe, what do I want to feel today? And then you just write good words. Okay. Fun, kind, secure. Let's do this for just a minute. What I do after I do this is then we go tap it in. And this just shows you how simple it is. So go to the eyebrow and just say kind.
Kind.
Side of the eye. Secure.
Secure.
Under the eye. Lightness.
Lightness.
Under the nose. Cozy.
Cozy.
Chin. Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Collarbone. Relaxed.
Relaxed.
Under the arm. Engaged.
Engaged.
Top of the head. Healthy.
Healthy.
Eyebrow. Well.
Well.
Healthy and fit.
Healthy and fit.
I have an amazing immune system.
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 This is something I tap a lot. I love my immune system.
I love my immune system.
My healthy, happy immune system.
My healthy, happy immune system.
All those cells tumbling through my body.
All those cells tumbling through my body.
Like laughing emojis.
Like laughing emojis.
Take a breath. Good stuff, huh?
Oh, that's it. That's amazing. That really does something. There's no doubt about that. Just even now, like more strength.
Yeah.
Inner strength.
I was going to say, you can bring it back up. You can do energetic, exhilarated, excited, fun, delighted, surprised. Listen, I could do this for hours a day. Yep.
That's beautiful, Colette.
Yay.
You've helped me today. I hope that you've helped some others today as well.
And anybody who's seen me knows I've actually been very calm tonight.
Yeah, so just remember that we got Colette in the afternoon there. So apparently in the morning she was absolutely bouncing off the walls this morning. So
yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock to me. I've been up for.
I've put Colette's information up there again to reach her on Facebook and her website as well. And Ginny says, Jason, sending hugs. Tell Colette she is great for me.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
You know,
thank you very much.
Yeah, that's been a
bunch of question marks. You guys are hilarious.
Barbara says, wow, she's full on.
I wake up that way.
And from the Netherlands.
And just so you know, I always tell Jason, I was born this way. We all were, but then life happened. And really, I've done the work. I mean, I'm still doing the work. I'll do the work till I croak. I mean, you know, that's the way it goes. I'm still awesome, but I'm still going to do the work till I croak.
I'll tell you what, I'm pretty convinced. I'm pretty convinced today. I really am.
You know, I don't know who's on here. I got to say this. I don't know who's on here, but I just got the nudge to say, if you've got, if you're a caretaker or you have a parent that has Alzheimer's dementia, you can surrogate tap for them. I've never said that before. So somebody on here needed that. Okay.
I really, really like to know that. It's kind of like, you know, you hear of that distance Reiki, and it's the same thing, right? It's a similar thing. You're doing it for someone else, helping someone else.
Yes.
And would you be at the same time helping yourself as well when you do that as well? So
that's why when we did that the other night, we were actually doing it for a third person.
Yeah.
And as we went through it, and I had asked a question that they answered, yes, this happened 2 or 3 times. I thought, okay. And so as we're tapping, they started to have memory of a similar story. Because what tapping's meant to do, remember me telling you about the blood in the brain? You're actually going to have emotional memory come up. So don't be surprised, you guys, if somebody says, why am I thinking about in 3rd grade when my brother pulled my hair in front of my friends? Or why am I thinking about that time the boss yelled at me? Because it's now going to bring you a match to the feeling that you were feeling that we're tapping out. All you got to do is go back and tell that story while you're even though I can't believe he talked to me that way. I was humiliated and embarrassed, all that fear, you know, just pick an emotion, because we want to connect to an emotion: fear, sadness, anger, humiliation, dread. I had somebody on my live the other day say that, you know, they were just feeling dread. It works for grief. Got people that have passed over, and you're like, why does everybody else get to talk to their dead people? I don't get to talk to my dead people. Usually that's because you got grief in the way. So once you get rid of the grief, you'll start feeling the connection of them again. And
there we go. And we can do that via the tapping.
Yep.
To help move through the grieving.
Oh, process. Absolutely. Feelings buried alive never die. And that's what we do.
And so I can get the same results. Like, I've just got awesome results with you just tapping then, right? But are you saying that if I do this on my own, I could still get good results?
No, if you do it on your own, you're screwed. Just kidding.
But it's...
Of course you can do it on your own, but if you find it's not budging, okay?
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, for me, sometimes I have to tap with someone else, okay? Because I got to get my own brain out of the way, you know, trying to think everything's too much. Yes, you can tap and get results. If you're not getting results, you're either not on target, meaning maybe you're tapping about anger when you're really feeling sad, or, you know, you're okay. And you don't even have to tap with words. If you just know you're angry, you could just start tapping. Your brain is already right there, okay? And if you're not getting the results, like to get rid of pain, or to line up with prosperity, or abundance, or find somebody asked me the other day, they said, can you use this to find a boyfriend? I said, yeah. I said, because you probably don't want a match to you right now, do you? I mean, you know, we got to clean us up first.
Yeah.
You don't want to match to who we are to clean that stuff up. Otherwise, you're going to get the same nimnod you just dumped. So, and that's for the guys too. So when you're doing that, you're really wanting to hone in. The words are only to help you focus. It's really about feeling it. Okay. And if it's too big, don't open that big can of worms by yourself. Don't go into the worst story of your life right out of the gate. That's crazy. Okay. Don't do that. And if you're, I got to tell you this, if you're tapping on your own and you really start to sob, okay, you really are bringing it up, the fear, the worry, the angst, the whatever it was that happened, okay, you've got to keep tapping. Because what people will do is they'll start feeling that, they'll freak themselves out, think it's not working, and stop. And they just emotionally arrested themselves again. And then they'll tell me it didn't work.
Right? Yeah.
You got to keep, I tell people, you get to boohoo sob with one hand because you're going to be tapping with the other one. Okay. You got it. I mean, listen, I told you before we got on here, I had a good cry today. I had me a good old cry, and I was so angry about something that happened. I went on for like 40 minutes. Now, I do marathons. I love marathons, but even 10, 15 minutes of tapping with all the craziness that's going on right now, if you were tapping 10 minutes in the morning for anxiety and 10 minutes before you go to sleep, you're actually getting out ahead of it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's all it takes.
I feel like a new Jason. Really do. I really do. Yeah. I actually feel the calmest I've felt in a bloody long time.
Good.
And that's the truth.
It's just that easy. And you know, I will tap with you anytime. You know, you just tell me that. And you guys know where to find me on Facebook, Colette Liose and all that.
Yeah. And I'm going to do that again. I'm putting that up again.
Okay, and I'm also, my website is, and Tapping Girl, let me spell it, okay, because a lot of people spell it wrong, and I want to say there's no I in Tapping Girl.
No, I've got that up there. I've got the website up there as well.
Okay, and every Tuesday morning, now the times changed a little bit with all the craziness going on.
Mhm.
I usually go live Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's USA. Okay. And I've been doing it more like 9, but I've been going live daily about 9 o'clock. But I usually go live every Tuesday, and I teach some law of attraction. I teach them how to navigate the tapping, and we just have fun and clear issues, get people feeling better.
I suggest, join up the Facebook Tapping Girl and do it. It's for free. Join her.
Yeah, and I've been going live every day. I'm just, you know what? It helps me feel like part of the solution.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah.
Colette.
It was really good today. If any of you guys are on here, go get today's. It was so good.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute joy to speak with you, and you've helped me today, and you've helped me I've got a long day ahead of me now with numerous meetings, but you've helped me get through already.
Yay.
I feel so much. I actually feel love, I feel joy, and I feel calm.
Excellent.
And so I thank you sincerely. And I thank you guys on the chat. Thank you for joining us live. I will be back. What's tomorrow? It's Thursday. It's Friday. Tomorrow, let me just check. I better make sure I'm checking just to make sure I haven't got nothing on. Yes, I am coming back tomorrow on my own tomorrow, the same time here. See you on, maybe could be Facebook, but we might do YouTube. I'll let you know, okay? I'll let you know. Okay, I love you, Colette. And
thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for letting me share my passion. Remember, everybody, I do this one-on-one and I do it in groups. So find me if I can help you, and let's just get people feeling better.
Awesome. Awesome. God bless, and have a beautiful day or evening, everyone.
And let me finish this the way I always do. Until I see you next time, keep tapping into you.
Keep tapping into you. Thank you.